Hi everyone, welcome back to this series. Today we're going to cover past tense verbs, simplified. So past tense verbs are actually very easy in Russian. They're very easy. Most of the time you just add L to the end of the verb. So take the most common verbs we know. Говорить, писать, читать, смотреть, думать, знать, учить, играть. So take the base form of the verb and just take away the T and the soft sign and put an L there. That's basically all you need to do to make something past tense. So past tense in English is a lot more complicated. Say for example we use do. It would be I did, I was doing, I had done, I had been doing. This doesn't really exist in Russian. There is it is a bit more complicated than this, but I'll explain that in later lessons. But basically you just add L most of the time. So we have говорить, we would say говорил. We have читать, читал. You basically use this for everyone. There are some irregular verbs, but they are quite rare. For example, идти, the verb to go, which I talked about last time. This is completely irregular in the past tense. It's шел. Идти, шел. Why it does that? Why is it go, went, do, did? It's just irregular. It's just something you need to memorize. Sometimes they're irregular, most of the time they're not. So here are some examples of just some common verbs and their past tense forms. So there's only one other thing you actually need to know, and that's that it will actually, the only thing you need to think about is the gender of the person and the number of the person, of the people speaking. So you add L when it's a male thing and it's singular. So male, singular, L. For example, говорить, говорил. Он говорил. He talked. Он говорил. If it's a woman, then we add an A at the end. So он говорил, она говорила. So we LA. LA at the end. It does also work with neutral. So because I haven't actually covered it yet, but there is gender. There is grammatical gender in Russian. I'll probably cover that next lesson. But basically it doesn't really happen ever that a neutral thing will do a verb. But most of the time it won't be a neutral thing. But if it is, then you just say говорило with an O. And if it's plural, говорили. So yeah, so it basically masculine singular, L, masculine feminine, no sorry, feminine singular, la, plural, li. That's basically all you need to know. That's all you need to think about. That's probably the only mistake you can make, is if you're talking to a woman or talking about a woman and you don't add A, it's like you're saying they're a man or something like this. So it's probably quite important to remember. That's basically it, really, about past tense verbs. It's very simple. You just add L, think about the gender, think about the number, and that's it. Say, for example, if you're, I don't know, talking to a woman, and you want to say, what did you learn? You would say, что ты учила? Что ты учила? So you add A if you're talking to a woman. And if you're talking to a man, you say, учил. Что ты учил? That's basically it for past tense. It's very simple. It is a bit more complicated, but I'll go into that in more detail in a future lesson when I get to more advanced grammar. But basically, just add L, that's past tense. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.